نحتفل بعيد الاتحاد 52.
عندها قلت لها ماما أنا شفت كل شيء أمي حست بالفرح.
We're in the heart of the expo site.
It is a world first to create a stage that rotates 360 degrees around a sat audience.
The story is not just about the unity, but also about global sustainability.
It's something completely new and extremely theatrical way of truly adding to the tradition rather than just repeating.
نتكلم عن نسج قصة أو نسج حياتنا مع بعض.
Integration of the sustainable story, especially being adjacent to COP28.
Everybody's contribution makes a difference.
اليوم كلفنا بمهمة أداء النشيد الوطني لدولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة. كان الحفل بحضور سيدي صاحب السمو الشيخ محمد بن زايد آل نهيان وحكام الدولة ورؤساء الدول الآخرين. فخر واعتزاز بأداء هذه المهمة.
So world leaders from all over the world will attend.
I guess this project is unique because of its scale.
It does have a scale of Olympic-sized ceremony.
It's like a film, but a play at the same time.
And now this year it's this spinning structure that never stops.
وبنينا البيت ويا ناحية النعيم وصنعنا العايد واللي معاه.
القصة في عرض عيد الاتحاد كانت تتكلم عن رحلتنا نحو غد مستدام. نركز على رسالة الإمارات العالمية. يبنى ناس أصلاً يعرفون يسدون. خالو عفرة بتشوفونها في العرض أول وحدة، هي أصلاً يعني تسدي وتشتغل في بيت الحرفيين في أبو ظبي.
We discover the site, we search the site, and then we start building up a structure that would become place for the show.
And then started to build with the scaffolding, first building the seating and then the staging.
With every show, we start off very small. We work in the individual rooms. We've layered it on until we reach the dress rehearsal stage.
We work really hard to make sure it is as local a team as possible. This year, we've broken 73% of our team is resident from the UAE, which is really important for us, building the industry locally here.
Supporting the local community and the local environment using materials that are found and sourced here in the UAE, and a lot of them are already recycled anyway.
It's always an absolute pleasure to get here in September because the show is always amazing and the people you work with here are some of the best in the world.
The slider opens slowly and reveals this beautiful scene.
Trying to hone on to like this beautiful ancestral craft that was really made by women, and using their limited resources to be able to craft things around them to archive. The studio is also part of the UNESCO, and it's something that we want to safeguard. And the way that we want to do that, and it kind of resembles in the show, is like this weave, this ancestral craft is also passed on from one generation to another.
We're trying to touch people. We're not really trying to so much impress them with a wow, but more make them feel something.
Yeah.
اليمين تشكيل سريع.
السلام الوطني لدولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة.
But what's been really amazing is seeing the process of having the cast onboarded, showing them our creative vision.
So we are actually creating a show that celebrates a new way forward to celebrate with the Conference of Parties. COP28 is happening here in Dubai, as many of you know. So world leaders from all over the world will attend.
All of this is made similar to what it will be on stage, but of course, it doesn't feel the same for the performers.
2, 3, and stop. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4.
And then I want you to just say, Mahaba, my name is Gavin, or your name. And thank you, good work.
This is probably one of the most exciting productions we've done because it is really, pushing new limits. We have developed this piece with aerial acrobats, and they're counterweighted. So we actually have a team of 12, although we only see 6 of them on stage because the others are behind a screen or a gauze, and as they move down a ladder, then the artist moves up. So it kind of gives this perspective shift. So some of the cast start upside down on an inverted staircase.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8.
We are reading the titles to the rehearsal on the roof.
So actually right now we are going on stage with the cast. We need to check some few things about the revolve and the transition between each choreo.
المحتوى وفريق الإبداع هو المساعد الأساسي في تأسيس الفكرة الأساسية الموسيقية.
There's a live orchestra of 90 musicians in the show, made up partially from the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra from London and also from a local orchestra that we have here in the UAE.
التأليف الموسيقي طبعاً هناك فريق كبير مكون من 3 فرق متواصلة مع بعض.
So there's a full orchestra section. So there's nearly 90 people on stage playing.
The music of this year, it's far more classical in approach. It's wonderfully rhythmic, more rhythmic.
The roots and the backbone of the whole foundation of music in the East and the West are completely different. How do we compose a piece of music that really works and doesn't sacrifice either of those elements? So there's a lot of research done, a lot of really kind of careful contemplation and trial and error to make music that honors that creative intent of a really authentic UAE sound, but that can be transmitted at a global level.
With my hands and the light of innovation, I shall dare to weave a new dream.
Yay, so good.
As our hands combine to weave the next part of our collective tapestry.
Welcome to the 52nd UAE Union Day official ceremony. نتمنى لكم أمسية ممتعة.
Honoring stories of unity and cooperation and recognizing our collective responsibility to shape a flourishing future.
نحن جداً فخورين في دورنا نكون جزء من هذا الاحتفال الرسمي.
We love doing music in the UAE because it's a country that's always pushing to go better and stronger.
The 2nd of December, it means a lot to both of us. I think there's a great sense of pride that we've been allowed to come here and be a part of the event and make it a success.
المشاركة في حفل عيد الاتحاد طبعاً هذه فخر أنك أنت اليوم تكون جزء من هذا الفريق الضخم اللي يشتغل بإخلاص أنه يقدم ويفرح قيادة هذا البلد وشعب هذا البلد والمقيمين عليه ويقدمنا نحن للعالم.
The year of sustainability, we keep talking about inherited sustainability, They did it out of a need, and we need to realize that now it's becoming a need for us to act more sustainably in order to preserve our resources, our land.
And costume, props, the set, working with technical on the scenic design to go, okay, what materials are we thinking of making this from and what other options do we have? And that's something that we did extensively this year with everything to make sure that it was the best choice of material.
Through working on this project, I've learned a lot about sustainability and the different ways that a certain product can be sustainable.
Our solutions to design the space and build a space that's completely sustainable is to only use local suppliers and locally sourced materials.
So while designing and manufacturing the pieces, we try to stay conscious about the materials being used. So the materials used in the pieces you see now are either recycled or recyclable.
For us, it's just looking at the onward life of where props that are made or anything by the carpenters, where that's going to go post-show.
We've been really focused as an operations department on proving that you can change behaviours on an event of this scale.
A lot of these scenic will be repurposed, and like we're kind of proposing things, kind of host these as part of like an art installation that could, you know, live there.
Like even our merch is upcycled material from the year of the 50th products.
There are companies out there who are doing products who are already recycled and then we'll take it back and recycle it again. I think that's where the change is.
And it estimated that we will have saved nearly 500 tons of plastic from in the show, which is insane and incredible.
We hear the echoes, interwoven through the seas, mountains, deserts, and oases.
So the Majlis is something that Ash has really dived into. So when you'll see, there's a certain moment where you'll see a whole beautiful series of children's dioramas, and you should talk about the story about how they came to be and how they relate to the magic.
We wanted to always, you know, engage with like school children to be part of the story that we do in Union Day. And the way that we did it is like we hosted these workshops where we invited school students to actively be part of the story. And we gave them a simple brief and we gave them landscapes of the UAE and like for them to imagine this ultimate nature's beauty.
في البداية طبعاً هم قصروا شرحوا لنا وفهموا لنا كيف نقدر نسوي هالمجسم.
Looking at ecosystems within the UAE and looking at the beauty of them and how we want nature to look in years to come.
اليوم جينا نسوي مجسم يمثل معلم من معالم الإمارات.
مجسمي عبارة عن ممشى بين الشجر.
المشروع مصنوع من recyclable and sustainable material.
طبعاً نحن قاعدين نحافظ على البيئة.
This one will need a little bit more interpretation to make it match.
طبيعتنا وايد حلوة ولازم نحافظ عليها ونهتم فيها.
And like what they have created is just these amazing boxes of dioramas of their dreams.
It's a great way for us to show how we can creatively use sustainable materials and maybe change the perception around what sustainability means.
And one beautiful thing is that as these shows have been progressing, young generations of Emirati creatives have been more and more influential in the creation of the show.
بحيرة الملح في أبو ظبي الوثبة.
غابة الهير ويمثل طبيعة الإمارات.
مجسم عبارة عن جبل جيس.
صحراء المرموم.
خرفكان. جزيرة سمك القرش في الشارجة.
سعديات ريف. حديقة جبيل منقروف. حير.
برجيس اللي في راس خيمة.
حتى عشان أحب الجبال.
This show really signifies what the UAE is. It's like the coming together of everyone. And it doesn't matter if you're someone who's new like me or someone who has so much experience like Oksana, we can still come together and work and create something very, very beautiful.
Yeah, this is my second home. This is a costume tent, our workshop.
And to be honest, for me, it was really, really big pleasure and huge opportunity to meet UAE designers, who telling me the stories from grandparents, mothers, experimental, we print the fabrics, develop designs.
So it was very, very interesting to see stuff develop over the months and understand what's going on. We're creating a costume with an intention. It has the history, it has the historical reference, but also we're still adding that modern touch of Emirati designer, but with the modern aspect of it.
Yeah.
One of the most beautiful things is how groups of people from all over the world can come together to create great events, great theatre, great moments.
The team that we have genuinely care about each other, support each other, jump in for each other. And for me, the most important thing was that we are creating unity and we are living the values of the show within the team that we have.
يداً بيد نتعاون، يداً بيد نبتكر، يداً بيد ننسج مستقبلنا معاً.
We're preparing design for robot dancer, which is very interesting project because it's connection between cultural requirements and the requirements which artists have itself.
تدبير الحياة نعيد المايعضية لبين تنفذي.
When it's passed on to her daughter Maryam, she wanted to be more expert. She has technology. She's working with like natural dyes, or like her colors start to change.
Deep traditions that have an emotion attached to them. Somehow they become the seed of an idea that then presents opportunities for new technologies to tell the heartbeat of those ideas.
The messaging within this show is positive, and it's deep, and it's rich, and it's profound.
Each one of them we actually had to interview, talk to them individually, kind of understand their practice, what they do and like what they stand for. And then when Maryam passed on this knowledge to her daughter Sarah's like all kind of innovative. She wanted to work with AI, technology to kind of like really come up with these new cool designs and things of her imagination. And like that's how we end the show.
The pride that you can see people feel by gathering together each year and just remembering why these 7 leaders decided to unite, why they decided they were stronger together at that time, a very challenging time, and the success they've made of it.
I mean, when you think what has been achieved in 52 years is absolutely amazing.
We experienced it. It was a very nice experience. First, they gave us flag or a box.
استانست.
هو كان عنده بوكس وأنا كان عندي العام.
أنا فخور إني شاركت في يوم الاتحاد 52.
أنا هنا عشان أحتفل بعيد الاتحاد.